Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Even though it feels like afternoon at 10 o'clock here. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. It's me. It's me, Mitch. Good to see you. Good to see you. And my friends, as usual. Haha, drink it if you got it. Even though I must admit I've had 2 cups already. This is my 3rd. I've been up since 5, so waiting for 10 o'clock seems like waiting for tomorrow sometimes. But we do this on Wednesday, and sometimes it proves unnecessary to wait until 10 o'clock. Because I didn't go to Sam's Club this morning. Oh my God. It's freezing and raining and miserable outside, and there's nothing that I need at Sam's Club that badly. I still have plenty of food in stock. I still have plenty of eggs and meat, everything else. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take this morning and I'm going to work on a video actually to release today, other than a live stream. And I have been taking a little vacation from that with all the election stuff and politics and everything else. I haven't, and just trying to relax and de-stress. So today I've got a video coming out right after this live stream. I got it set to release at 12:15. I won't even tell you what it is, but I'm telling you that you have to see it. You have to watch it. When you get done watching it, you'll understand why. Enough said. 72 of you heard that message. I may, when we get to the show notes, announce that again. But watch it, please. I hope somehow it goes outside of just our little community and YouTube pushes it out there so more people can see it. But again, little teaser for you there. Anyway, wow. It's hard to say. I never know what's going to happen on Wednesday starting late. I know that I didn't actually create this video until I got done with the live stream last night, so it didn't go up till late, which means that a lot of people who usually chat away in the evening before didn't have any place to chat. I also know that so many people who are used to coming in here and meeting with their friends and just chatting pretty much sit around, have coffee, chat away until I finally eventually get here at 10 o'clock. So Wednesday's a strange day. I see 80 people in the house. Let me take a look and see how we're doing, whether we're live, actually live on YouTube. I see Gary No Slow, and Gary was in the panel last night. It was great to meet you, Gary. He says, hey, everybody on Rumble. And yes, Rumble's live, YouTube's live, Mitch is live. Hopefully all of you are live, and we'll get on with it. We'll get on with it here. I have some show notes, things to talk about. Let me start out by just quickly running through the pre-chat, which was enormous today because of the extra hour and a half that you guys had to chat away. In fact, I was wondering if there was any need for me to come in and even get involved this morning. But I figured, why not? Why not? Tuka was the first one in, followed by Tuka again. Lady June, how you doing from last night? I don't know. I guess most of you either, I hope most of you have come back already, but we'll see. We'll see how many of you get back here. But I just want to acknowledge it. Carnivorous Butcher, Bob Black was here. Michael Pregler was here at, holy cow, 4:47 a.m. So there wasn't a lot of chatting last night. Started out early this morning. Smoothie 420 chimed in at 6:24. And Wayne Herman, hi Wayne. Jerry Bell was here. Mike Seeley Sr. was here. Patty Molden was here. United Carnivore, Mike Seeley from Tampa Bay. How you doing? Rick from Miami, Charger Mopar chimed in around 7:30. Cliff Medina, hiya. Cliff Peter is here. Quack Jr. And Peter chimed in about 7:45, still more than 2 hours away from. The anticipation must have been killing everybody. I was busy working, however. Anna, PLO7, how you doing, Anna? Good morning to you. And B. Matt, hi, Matt, Lynn Gerber, and Stickman's Garage is here. It's 1 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes. Oh wow. It's in the upper 40s to low 50s here. It's supposed to get to a high of 57 here, which is criminal. Criminal. Who do I sue? Who do I sue? James Ballou, how you doing, James? And Harry Dion is here, and Jackie W. Or is it Jackie? Yes, there's no IE, but it's still Jackie, I guess. Picture of a lady, so it's not Jake. It's 4 degrees here. Wow. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And people are beginning to realize, oops, it's Wednesday. I'm early, and I do change that graphic and make it 10 o'clock. Hopefully people know, but it's okay. It's okay. Like me, you get up early, you wander around aimlessly. So I really think that 8:30 is a good time for it. And I know it's not convenient for people on the West Coast, but for those of us that have gotten used to being here at 8:30, I think that's the best time. I'm still going to do the Wednesday thing, though, so that I have at least one day to try to hit up Sam's for some a good selection of the markdown meats. Pamela Suarez is here. How you doing, Pamela? Scott Evans, good to see you. Boyd Lamb sitting down to 2 pork chops and 2 eggs. Not a bad way to start. Certainly not a bad way to start. And who is this? Who is this? The retired fat guy. How you doing, Paul? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you make it back at 10 o'clock. Margie Graves says good morning. I'm too spooky for you. Good morning. Good morning. And looking for some new people. Wow, a lot of chatting going on here. Holy cow, we're up to like 9 o'clock. Okay, only an hour. Steve Studley chimed in. Hi, Steve. Lizzie. Hiya, Lizzie. 11 degrees in Louisiana. And Life After Carbs. Chris, good morning. Flying back from Las Vegas this morning. Life will be back to normal tomorrow. Yes, I don't think you'll find anything resembling normal life in Las Vegas. Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Florida. Good morning, carb rejectors, she says. Cute. Scotter's here. How you doing? Wanda Girling is here. How you doing? Scott chatting away. Jason Myers, how you doing? We're up to, almost there, 10 minutes till 10. Richard Williams from Copper Hill, Tennessee, chimed in. Bryce Hatch says good morning. Hi, Bryce. How are you? Thomas at Target Prime Rib is here. How you doing? And a question from Jackie in Indiana. I was watching your old videos on the chuck roast, and you cubed it and burnt it. What are the next two video titles for what you did with the rest of the chuck roast? God, I don't have that information really offhand. But the two things that I did, if I remember, that was a long time ago. I remember that I actually took and sliced some of it almost like a steak and seared it and ate it like a steak. And it was good and it was tender because it had been sous vide for so long. And the third thing I did was I made soup out of it. I made soup. So you can just search on the YouTube, in my YouTube channel, just say Chuck, put the word steak in there, or Chuck soup. See if they don't come up. Usually in the end screens of these videos, I'll point you to one of the other ones if there's kind of a series, but it does get confusing, and sometimes in the naming of these things, it does get confusing, but that's what I did with them. That's what I did. Made it like a steak, like you would sous vide or ribeye, and I made soup out of it, where I used all of the juices that were left from the sous vide, as well as shredded up some meat and put, and then made a great soup, slow cooked it for a little while, and threw pork rinds in it, like you'd throw croutons in onion soup. And it was fabulous. It was delicious. It was delicious. I'm looking for people I haven't said hi to, but everybody's chiming away. Here we have somebody. John Beatty Art, good morning, Mitch. And the Mitch Fitz, good morning to you. Aaron. Aaron's with us. Good morning. Good morning at 8:59. Good morning to the grooviest group on the planet. Yes. We are groovy. And my cell phone is going off like crazy here this morning. And holy cow, look at that. I haven't even asked yet. Tanya, Kitchen Witch, bought me a coffee. Thank you, Tanya. Mark Whistler. God, I know how to get Mark Whistler to fill up my cup with coffee. All I have to do is use one of the cups that he sent me. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. And this particular cup is not the Kenny cup. And I was going to show this off, but I'll take this opportunity to show it off right now. This is the cup with the old guy face on the other side. And I like both of these cups. These are great, great cups. And God, I keep thanking people that do nice things for me. And thank you so much, Mark. Always appreciate that. And I will take that opportunity, or any opportunity that I can get, to segue into throwing my Buy Me a Coffee link in the chat, in case you feel the urgency to keep me full of coffee. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate the support. And I spent a little time outside this morning as well, and it's cold and damp, and my nose is a little drippy. So I will excuse myself in advance for any nose itching and stuff that goes on. I know you realize that I'm only human, just like you. All right, where was I? I'm sneaking up on 10 o'clock. Sneaking up on 10 o'clock. Tammy Patarch right before the bell. And let's see, still 9:59. Tom in Tampa, Viking 442, 9:59. Carnivore Butcher, Gary No Slow. And the winner this morning, ding, 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 the winner for the first time, I believe. Lady June, congratulations. Congratulations. Again, you haven't won anything worth anything except the admiration of all of your fellow carnivores here. And me. Your timing was explicit. John Beatty has a question. Wow. Just recovering from influenza A. Whew. A hard 5 days. What supplements, vitamins, if any, do you recommend for the flu cold season, Mitch? I don't see any reason to change anything that I do. That's my opinion. You know, I mean, it's a minority opinion to be sure. You're certainly not going to hear that opinion from the pharmaceutical companies that and the supplement manufacturers that want you to be stuffing yourself full of vitamin C. I would say just make sure you get your electrolytes and you eat nutritious food. Unless you need to take something for symptom relief. I mean, if you're so blocked up you can't breathe, yeah, maybe you need a squirt of nasal spray or a decongestant. Whenever I had to take, over the course of my life, whenever I needed a decongestant, because I was a scuba diver, and if any of you have ever been a scuba diver and recognize the bad effects of some of those decongestants that make you woozy, make you sleepy, and do other things to you, you will know that those tiny little red Sudafed tablets are the only thing to take. They don't affect you at all, and which is a good thing when you're swimming around 100 feet underwater. You don't want to fall asleep. Those Sudafed tablets we used to take a lot of times preemptively to to open up, because you have to clear as you go down. You have to equalize the pressure, and you rely on your ear canals being open. I wouldn't hesitate to take a Sudafed if I had the flu or a big bad head cold and I was all stuffed up. I don't know if I think anything else would really do me any good other than to do the things that I do to maintain good health. I certainly don't think I would really need any more vitamin C, because I'm not poisoning myself with all that oxidative crap that most people eat. So that'd be my advice. Off the top of my head. Anyway, thanks for that. Also at 8:30 or 10, 8:30. Wake up, Mitch. 10 o'clock. Robbie Autry's here. Hiya, Robbie. Usually the winner. Robbie sent me, and I took a look at them, Robbie. You sent me, I don't know, 5 different emails with a whole bunch of movies, of videos in them. I downloaded every one of them. I watched them, and they were pictures of, and I said I would show you guys, and they were pictures of basically snow and dogs and snow and everything else. And they were cool, Robbie. And I had them all set, honest, cross my heart. I had them all set. I had a couple of them up there I was going to show people last night, and I don't know where they went on my desktop. I have to go back to the original emails, dig them up, and download some of them again. I'll do that because they were cool. And I know that, it ain't easy grabbing that stuff and attaching it and sending it. So I did appreciate that. And the ones with the doggies romping around in the snow were just cute as hell. So remind me if I forget. Remind me. I will find that again. I just when I file something away in my email, in my Gmail thing, I get so many emails. I've got so many thousands of those things filed away. And I try to I can't have a folder for everybody, so I'll have to go digging for that. But I'll find it, re-download it, and absolutely show somebody, because it was cool. It was cool. Wanted to tell you that. I didn't want you to feel bad that maybe I broke my promise to you. William McCartney at 10 o'clock, good morning, and Lad at 10 o'clock, and Laurie, hiya Laurie at 10 o'clock, and still everybody jumping in at 10. Wow. I love the enthusiasm. Sandy Blythe, good morning to you. And also Laurie again, and I'm too spooky for you at 10. And Lad again at 10. And Claudia Burkick, hiya Claudia. Yes, everybody stay warm today. And the last one, again, kept hitting that button at 10 o'clock. Laurie, you finished the 10 o'clock hour, and Marla Kelly started off the show at 10:01. Followed immediately by Peter. Good to see you. And I will pick up looking for questions there when I get done with my show notes. And let me take this calling a race like a horse race announcer. Get you up. Let me Play a little happy music. Take a 10-second breather here. Gather my thoughts and sip on a little coffee. Let you all get happy, positive, motivated. And excited about being here. Okay. All right, that's enough happiness for right this second. So let's get at it. Let's get at it here. Put 3 Qs in. If you got a question like you've been doing, put 3 Qs in front of them so I will see them. I put my Buy Me a Coffee link in there. We have a meetup this coming Tuesday, the 28th of January, 11:30 a.m. I think you've all heard that before at the Stampa Gaucho Steakhouse, Brazilian Steakhouse in the Melbourne Square Mall. RSVP to me or my Gmail, oldguycarnivore@gmail.com. Any questions you might have as well about that, so I can shoot a reply right back to you. Oh, I have something in here that, let me see if I can find it. Oh no, I forgot that I wanted to have it ready. Let's see. No, I don't. Maybe I got it on my cell phone and I can show you here. I took a picture from the TV this morning. I did. Here it is. Okay, let's see if you can't see it here on the camera. Oh, God, it's I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, this is the weather girl this morning talking about driving, the difference between freezing rain and snow and ice. And as an example, she used pictures of 2 donuts, a glazed donut and a chocolate-covered donut with sprinkles. And somehow in her mind, and I thought it was the hookiest thing I've ever heard, she tried to make the analogy about the similarity between freezing rain, which was equated to the glazed donut, and just plain snow and ice, which she equated to the chocolate-covered donut, which, I know this is unkind, but when you look at her, you can tell that donuts are, well, I'm trying to be kind here, at the forefront of what's on her mind most of the time. Sorry, that's being judgmental and being a jerk, but that was what hit my mind, and I can't stop that. Why the hell would you use donuts? There's got to be a lot better ways to differentiate between freezing rain and snow than donuts. It was the most unlikely thing I had ever seen. Yeah. Anyway, that was just something I snapped. I just grabbed my camera and snapped a picture of that, and I thought that, oh wow, how deep down this destructive rabbit hole has society gone. I talked last night. About Donald Trump withdrawing from the World Health Organization. I had forgotten that he had withdrawn from that organization during his first term in office. But Joe Biden inserted us right back in on the first day that he was president. And how absolutely corrupt that organization is. And there's been a couple of videos, and I watched one of them earlier this morning about just how corrupt that World Health Organization is. And the last thing they care about is anybody's health. They're travesties. All of these United Nations-backed globalist organizations are nothing but scams to gain control. Period. Including all the associations that we have in this country, like the American Heart Association, one of the greatest scams ever perpetrated on the American public, and the American Diabetes Association, and all the American dietitians, all of these associations, supposedly non-profit, do everything except what you would think they were chartered to do. And that's how come, my friends, we have heart healthy printed all over the box of the most poisonous things that humans can eat. I get incensed every time I think about this stuff. I can't laugh about it. Corruption of the highest order. Maybe there are a few employees in these organizations that really think that because they're so brainwashed that they're actually doing some good and helping people, but no. God, the most encouraging thing I've heard in the past week with all this election stuff, the single most encouraging, the thing that put the broadest smile on my face, the top piece of great news was that Steak and Shake's going to start frying their French fries in tallow again. That was more meaningful to me as an indicator that maybe there's some hope. Maybe there's some hope. Not a big thing, but ranked right to the top on the level of things that I think are important for the future of the human race. A first little step to getting back to the way things should be. And I have a note here that says, I sense optimism for the first time in years, and that's true. I do. Not just political, not just for the fact that maybe common sense will come back to this country. Maybe we can start to take things back from these people that have no idea about anything and always push and legislate and mandate the things that are worst for humans in general. But I do sense, and I do look around, and I do see in a lot of some media, even dare I say it, even a few of the mainstream or the lamestream media people are starting to go, after years and years of lying and cheating and stealing, they go, wait, what? And maybe wake up a little bit. Either that or they're going to get, either that or maybe some of them are actually getting fired. Actually, I saw a video yesterday, and I don't know if it's true, but it said that that Sunny Houston chick got fired from The View. Wow. Maybe it was the $100 million lawsuit for defamation against her that did that by Melania Trump. I mean, these people have been destroying people's lives from their seats on television wantonly, not. And now maybe they have to accept the consequences. Maybe defamation is a real thing. Maybe they're not protected anymore because they hide behind the auspices of some network. It's time to see that stuff change. And boy, does that ever make me happy. Does that ever make me happy? I saw a slogan this morning, and pardon me if I do get a little political, but this is not a politics from one side or the other. This is, we're Americans. I think we're all Americans. There's things about America, I don't care which side of the political aisle you can appreciate or should appreciate. And the foremost of those is freedom, for God's sakes. And I saw a quote, I forget, I'd love to attribute it to somebody. It was from some woman who recorded a video under this title. And I thought it was great. And it was, you never know how much your freedom has been taken until you get it back. Wow. What a brilliant thought. You never know how much your freedom has been taken until you get it back, because it's taken in tiny increments so as not to be noticed. And when it's taken, we're given logical reasons. We trade it for things. Well, we know this impinges on your security, but on your freedom, but it's a sacrifice we all have to make for security, for safety, against terrorism and other things. So we're taking some of your privacy and freedoms away, and they keep chipping at it and chipping at it and chipping at it until it's all gone. And I like that. I like that. I like that. There's a video out there, and you're gonna have to find it for yourself. And it was I forget whose channel. It showed just what hypocrites these news anchors are, because, as you know, Joe Biden preemptively pardoned Fauci and his whole family, every member of his family. He pardoned them, even though they haven't been accused of any crimes. Preemptive pardon. And, of course, the anchors on the mainstream networks are all, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I can understand why. He doesn't want them to become political targets, because using the law to go after your political enemies is wrong, they say. Everybody knows that. And I could just picture Trump going, what? Yeah, you think? And there's not one of us hasn't seen what's been going on for 8 years against that man. And the hypocrisy is fabulous. It's just beyond belief. So somebody, who was it? I forget, compiled a montage of every one of these anchors. And this went on and on and on and on, and it was great. Every one of these anchors just going nuts 4-5 years ago, when somebody floated the idea that Donald Trump, on his way out of office, might preemptively pardon his family for just the same reason that they gave, or they used as an excuse for Joe Biden. And the flip, listening to these same people who we know going on and on about how despicable it would be, how wrong it is, how illegal it is, and the lawyers, how unconstitutional it is. He can't do that. That's an admission of guilt. That's an admission of guilt. If you preemptively pardon your family, you may as well just come right and say, my family is criminal. And the same people that today are flipped completely. It shows you what phonies these people are, and how, even if we can't get rid of them, we have to ignore them. It's time to stop this shit, and especially stop it with diet information. It's time to stop with the healthy whole grains and fruits and vegetables and demonizing. It's time to stop. We're wise to you all, and we need everybody to be wise to you. I know it's going to hurt your income. The big paydays from the big food and pharma companies might stop. Talking to you in the medical community as well. You're not setting great examples for us. When I go into the hospital, all I see is unhealthy, overweight medical professionals stuffing their face every 2 hours with pastries and things. You are not setting the example, and you're perpetuating the end of the human race if you keep it up. Stop it. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I think it's time. Robbie Autry sending me more Gmails with more videos in them. Robbie, I don't have time. I'm sorry, my friend. I enjoy them. But with all the Gmails I get, I really don't have time for people to send me family albums. I appreciate the effort, but honest to God, I just can't keep up with that. That's why I haven't been able to show yours yet. I'm swamped from morning to night with my phone going off and people sending me videos. Mitch, you need to watch this video. I appreciate it. And I always feel bad if I can't acknowledge it. But I can't keep I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little overloaded and frustrated. It is a real problem. I can't imagine what would happen if I had 1 million subscribers. I wouldn't even look at that stuff. I would have to hire people to look at that stuff. And I try to keep this on a personal basis with all of you and never ignore you. But I can't get a steady stream of that stuff from any one of you because I just don't have time. I don't have time. It means I don't have time. I have to ignore somebody else. But thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. And I will show those other videos. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here, Robbie, because you're so eager to be the first one in every morning. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I get pulled so many different ways in the course of a day. Sometimes it kind of overwhelms you. You should try it sometime. Where was my show notes? Did I have any more of them? Let's see. Oh, God. Okay. All right, I talked about the preemptive pardons video. One last thing. I have a Gmail. And let me see who it was sent to me by. It was sent to me by Richard Halterman. Thank you, Richard. And it's a business card from, let me get Peter's name. Peter, yeah, you were famous enough for a long time with your name on the screen. I'll take it down now. I always forget and leave those things up there. Anyway, it's a business card, and I've seen this before, but I've forgotten about it. They had Longhorn actually says carnivores wanted. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Of course, carnivores are wanted at Longhorn. And if I had anything to say to Longhorn, I would say, just make sure, my friend, make sure that you don't cook people's meat in seed oils, because I'm pretty sure that most restaurants have done that from time to time. Instead of using butter, you want to sear a steak, you got to use some fat to sear a steak in. Since the seed oils are a whole lot easier, they're liquid to start with. You just throw them on the grill, throw the steak in it. You're not doing much to help the carnivores. And it would be great, Longhorn. It would be great to see you follow suit, like Steak and Shake did, and tell us. We're proud of being a meat restaurant. And we're going to start frying our potatoes, if you must have potatoes, in tallow. So, step by step, little by little, maybe we're coming around. But I like that. I like that. Thanks for sending it to me. Thanks for sending it to me, my friend. I appreciate that. And that ends the show notes for today. That ends the show notes for today. I want to, once again, because I have to, it's my commercial, my advertising, my sponsorship, which is me, throw my coffee link back up there. Thank you very much. All right, got 140 people here today, and I'm going to start looking for questions now. What time is it? Oh, we're not too bad. About 30 minutes, 40 minutes behind in the chat. I saw a couple questions go by. So let me, here's a question here. Here's a question from AP. 8 a.m. I kind of love you in the color blue. Did you have hypoglycemia when you were keto? Mine's going on carnivore. Hypoglycemia. That's low blood sugar. No, I've never had hyper or hypoglycemia. I've been low carb since 1972 or 3, when Atkins first presented that concept to us. And the one problem I've never had in my life, never, ever, ever, because when I did go off of it and binge and put all the weight back on, it wasn't for a long enough period of time to screw up my metabolism, which I snapped right back. It's the addiction that kept knocking me off and on, but I have never had a, quote, sugar problem. Never spilled sugar in my urine, never had high blood sugar, never had any indication, and I'm pretty sure that had I been having fasting insulin tests, which most of us or a lot of us now know is probably a great idea to get a good head start on a trend towards becoming a diabetic, I don't think I was ever close to that. And I don't think I had wild fluctuations in my blood sugar other than those times where I just binged, ate a gallon of ice cream or something, and maybe had a little crash afterwards, but I never got to the point where I felt like I was going to pass out when the blood sugar plummeted. It never plummeted low enough, I think, to be actually called hypoglycemia. But I'm sure I might have come close on a few occasions, but not as a regular, normal way of life. Hope that answered that for you. Looking for questions, and if I happen to see, like Meatups, good morning to you. Somebody I haven't said hi to, I will absolutely say hi to them. Thomas says good morning. And Peter, Mitch, did you see that Trump pulled the U.S.? Talked about that, Peter? Yes, I did see it. I was thrilled by it, as you obviously were too. Yeah. What a bunch of criminals those people are. They ought to rename it the World Sick Organization, because that's everything they do just promotes more and more illness. I mean, look back a few years to the pandemic and the advice that came from that group of so-called the best in the world to advise you. That's why they're the World Health Organization. Oh, God, what bullshit. Pardon my French. I speak fluent French when it comes to those words. Tammy, how you doing, Tammy? I keep coming back. I'm a Mitch Fit. Oh, bless you. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. I need to go faster, but I'm still reading these things. Retired Rick is here. How you doing, Retired Rick? Good to see you. Boyd, I think I said hi to you already. Good to see you. Eddie Edwards, good morning to you. Yeah, I'm back at 10:07. I mean, I'm still way back at the beginning of this thing. In fact, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm just too far behind in the chat. I ran my mouth too much again today, which I usually do. I hope maybe that might be the reason why you come here, to hear the things that are on my mind, crazy as it is. Let me start at the bottom of the chat and go backwards over here. I can't put them on the screen, but let me try to pick out any questions that I see and maybe answer them for you while you're even still here. Wouldn't that be special? I see Ellen's in the house. Hiya, Ellen. How you doing? How you doing? But I don't see any QQQs. I am back to 10:30. Is that 10:32? Okay, so, and I don't see questions. I'll just keep going backwards here for a while. Hope they pop out at me. And then if I don't see any, I'll go back and interact with you guys a little bit. I know I saw something go by here not too long ago, but there's so much chatting, which is very meaningful to me. Here you go. Here you go. DS111 has a question. He has a question at, I might be able to do it this way, 10:22. Okay, let me see if I can do this fast. Let me see if I can scroll down in the chat. At least I got timestamps on here. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Neat trick, Mitch. Do you see any problem in my freezing my bacon fat in a bowl, using it to deep fry some Rick's Heart Attack drumsticks and then freezing it again to use it again for deep frying. I don't see any reason why that would hurt, but I don't see any reason to freeze it. It'll stay good in the refrigerator for months and months and months. It'll stay good at room temperature for months and months and months. It's a saturated fat. It's not going to oxidize. It's not going to basically go rancid. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert at that. You know, there's always these, they call them old wives' tales. Never freeze food twice. Never refreeze food once it's been thawed. I don't know. You ever been in Aldi? You ever gone up to the counter where they have chicken, wrapped chicken that they claim is fresh, never frozen? And you pick up a package and it's hard as a rock and it's frozen? They're not supposed to put it out while it's still hard because all that stuff comes to them frozen. All of it comes to them frozen. The smoked salmon that I eat comes to them frozen. But they put it out in a normal refrigerated case and it thaws out. And when I buy it at Sam's, it's very nice. And I take it home and freeze it again. So I think that's an old wives' tale. I don't think it hurts. It may be in some meats and things it'll affect the texture of it, but I don't think it's going to cause anything poisonous or harmful to you. But the fats, I just leave bacon grease in my refrigerator, you know, and I have so much, oh God. Yesterday, my little stainless steel thing got full again. It got full again. It holds more than 2 quarts, a half a gallon of bacon grease in that one stainless steel container. I already had 2-quart containers in the refrigerator that I hadn't gotten to yet, because when I do fry in bacon grease, I generally pull it out of the stainless steel container. And after I get tired of seeing a buildup of these quarts of bacon grease in my fridge, I take the oldest ones and just throw them away. I've always got more than a gallon of bacon grease besides what's in that stainless steel container refrigerated. That stuff will outlive me. So to reuse bacon grease the way I generate bacon grease would be, why? Why in the world? But if you don't generate that much bacon grease and you feel the need to reuse it, I imagine you can reuse it a few times, and I don't think you need to freeze it. I think you just throw it back in the fridge, and if you reuse it within a month or two, I think you'll be absolutely fine. And your nose is a great test. I mean, you can tell when something smells rancid, so stick your nose up to it after a couple months in the fridge, and if it smells rancid, throw it away. Don't take any chances. Anyway, that's kind of a good question, I guess, but that would be my best guess with that. See, Spanky's here. How you doing? How you doing? Let me see. The questions do pop out. But I think maybe you guys might be getting a little questioned out with all the live streams I've been doing lately. I mean, this is the 5th one in 3 days. It's crazy. We had Monday morning, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening. I'm sure you guys will not hate me if I actually take the night off tonight and don't do a live stream, because we'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, with the private community live stream. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to tell you. Is if you're thinking about, and I mean, I'm honest with you guys, if you're thinking about ever wanting to get one of those 40-ounce stainless steel thermos things that I make my electrolytes in, if you ever thought you wanted one of those, now would be the time to get one. And I don't even know if it's on sale or not. But for some reason, Amazon wants to push those things. I got an email saying that for the next couple weeks, if any of my people buy one of those, I will get an extra 10% on my commission on top of the tiny little 1 or 2% they normally pay. Now, that will probably net me $2, but I said, hey, why not? Why not? So I'm telling y'all, and if you're interested in that, you can find it on my Amazon links page. I don't push that too much. And the revenues that I used to make on it are down to 10% of what they used to be because I'm not pushing it. I don't like being commercial and don't like to have to do things that just make you think I'm only in this for the money, because I'm not. So I settled on the buy me a coffee thing, and that's about as commercial as I want to get. The links are there and started to be there more for your convenience than for me. But when something comes up like this, I'll let you know about it. I'll let you know about it. And same thing with the T-shirts and the coffee cups. It's not the money. There's no money in that. It's just the joy of knowing that people are running around with my channel brand on their coffee cups and T-shirts and wearing that stuff and using it proudly. Here's to you. And I'm still waiting for my Misfits T-shirt. I haven't gotten it yet, so evidently we should be seeing them pretty soon. I know a number of you have bought them. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Here's a question from Aunt B. Question, Mitch and the Mitchfits. Good morning, my beautiful meat lovers, a.k.a. the Carnivore Q. Okay, it wasn't a question. It just drew my attention to her comment. And that, believe it or not, is as far back as that chat will let me go. So I don't see. I'll go back to the bottom again. I don't see. Here is Jennifer Hip has a question. Do I need to put the bacon grease in the fridge? I keep it on the countertop in a special jar. There are people, I put it in the fridge. I say, why not? I take that stainless steel container and throw it in the fridge. It doesn't matter. So many people are saying, why? Why? You can keep the tallow or the bacon grease at room temperature for months. I imagine if you wanted to store it for more than months, the fridge might not be a bad idea, but that stuff does not spoil. Kind of tells you something. Wouldn't you rather put things in your body that don't spoil as opposed to things that go rancid, oxidize? That's like rusting is to iron. The minute they hit the air, I don't think you need to worry about that. Honest. I think you can leave it. You can leave it on the stove. Ribeye Susie says, which air fryer on your page, Mitch? You have a couple of them. Air fryer. The air fryer that I really tend to use the most, even though I have 5 air fryers, and all of them work. And I bought them at various stages of the different models coming out. I really settled in, and the one I use the most is the Ninja 7-in-1 650, the model number 651. And let me quickly make sure that that's still available, because you know these things come and go. So I'm going to go to my website here. I'll take you along for the ride. I'll go to my website here. I'll click on links to stuff I use page. I'll go down to small appliances, and on there I've got all of this stuff. And down here, this is the bacon grease catcher thing I'm using. And this is the thing that I don't know if I could live without anymore. But this is the one, the Ninja 651. 7-in-1. It's at $199. Man, what a deal that is. I've seen it as low as $179, but $199 is a good price on that. And it is a great air fryer and does everything. And it has the thermometer built into it. And of all the air fryers I've seen, probably the easiest to clean, although you do have to clean them or live with a little bit of the, you know how sheet pans will get the dark polymerization on them, and some, you know, if you don't, and you don't want to scrub it every day, but it has the easiest to clean filter up top. It's a great air fryer, and the benefit, the thing about, here comes an air fryer commercial for you guys. The thing about this air fryer that makes it exceptionally better than the other ones that I have is it's a grill as well. Not just a grill that you preheat with the heating element that's in the lid, but a grill that actually has its own heating element. And that means that you can actually open the lid on this thing, put it on grill, and fry eggs and bacon on it without ever running the air fryer part of it. So it is a legitimate grill. Now, do we need a grill? Well, we got stoves, we got pots and pans, but sometimes people live in tiny little places, don't have room for a lot of appliances. This thing is really, really, really good. And 199 bucks, it's a deal. The link to it is, well, while I'm here, I'll show you how I do this, just so you know. This is how we work. When you have an Amazon account, you go at the top of your page when you're looking at it, and it tells me here, I last purchased this item June 26th. So I bought mine about 6 months ago. But here it generates a link, which is an affiliate link. And I just copied that. And if I put that link in the chat, and you were to click on that link, you would go right to the page where this air fryer was. And if you bought it, or anything else that you went from there on Amazon and bought, they pay me a little commission. How cool is that? It doesn't cost you a penny. With or without that link, you're going to pay $199 today for this air fryer. That's how Amazon works. Doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps me. All right, so there I was able to sneak in. And don't you think I knew what I was doing? Because of that question, I was able to sneak in a little more, another shameless plug for my Amazon page. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that. You wouldn't believe, I told you yesterday about some of the people that want me to take their money and advertise for them on my channel. Some of the wildest things. I need to, one of these days, I need to spend some time, because it's so entertaining. I need to spend some time, because I want to show you something here. This right here is a list of emails that I've saved. Now, if a sponsorship email is so absurd and ridiculous that I think, you know, this is not even legitimate, I delete them. But I've saved all of these. This is a list of companies and people that want me to advertise their products on my channel. And going through these one by one, new opportunity as affiliates lose global conflict to make money. Hey, old guy. I mean, they're a riot. I have not taken one of these people seriously yet. I just wanted you to see that. It's crazy. I try to shield you from all that noise, and I have probably deleted more than twice as many as I actually took the time to save off in a folder called sponsorship emails. It's great. It's fabulous. It's 11 o'clock, and I think I've hit most of the questions so far, so that's not bad. Maybe it'll be a little shorter one today. Remember, 12:15, I've got a video coming out for those of you who weren't here. And I won't demand you watch it. I can't mandate you watch it. But I think if you don't watch it, you'll regret that you missed something. I don't know if it's going to, it's so informative, it'll probably piss you off, but good. because that motivates people. Watch it. Or don't. It's up to you. Ellen is still here. Sherry Morgan's here. Hiya, Sherry. You know, we do this on Wednesday for you. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Yeah, I even though I could have done it at 8:30 this morning, I said to myself, wow, if I do it at 8:30, Sherry will probably miss it. So, I mean, I'm firm on this 10 o'clock Wednesday thing. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I hope your foot's healing up. I really do. I really do. That was something. That was something. So I'll just interact with you in the chat for a little while and see if I get any later questions. Like I see Tina Schweiker asked one here. So let me go down to the bottom of the chat and find her question and put it on the screen. Maybe that's a better way to do it, is start at the bottom instead of the top where I'm not so far behind. And what time was Tina's question here? It was 10:59, 11. Here it is, right here. See that? Once you get into your Amazon, does it take me to my account? No, absolutely. When you click on that link, if you normally go to your own account when you log in, which you will, you'll be in your account. In other words, you can just buy something. It knows who you are, but it also knows who referred you. So now it knows two things. So the answer, no, you don't have to do anything special. You're already logged in. When I went over and clicked that link from my website, as you saw, for that air fryer, and the Amazon page opened up, you noticed it knew who I was. It didn't equate me with the person who linked them. It didn't equate me with a referrer. It told me I last purchased this 6 months ago. So it knows I'm in there, my account, all my things, just the same as if you had just typed Amazon.com and hit enter. They make it very easy for you. And those links make it a no-brainer. Just click on them and go shopping. And anything, once you click on that link, and as long as you don't close that browser and start over, anything that you buy while you're shopping around doesn't cost you any more, but they pay me a commission. They credit me for bringing you to the dance. That's why I keep mentioning that, because it's a way, if you want to help this channel and you don't, and you don't want to buy me coffees or super chats, so that's fine. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to say thank you to me, that's a great way to do it that costs nothing if you're buying things on Amazon anyway. So all you need to do, go to the website, OldGuyCarnivore.com. Go to the links to stuff I use page. If there's anything on there you may not want to buy, but you may even want to look at, or even if you don't want to look at it, pick something, anything, click on it. It'll come up. You'll be in Amazon.com in your account in a window with that product showing up. At that point, you can do anything you want, and I get credit. You can go up to the Amazon search bar and say, I need to buy this and that today. And as long as that browser window stays the same and you don't close it and then go back to Amazon, everything that you buy, I get credited a tiny little commission. Individually, they add up to nothing. They're pennies. But when enough people do that, it all gets added together. Yes, it's meaningful to me. So I appreciate that question, Tina. And I appreciate it when you guys do that. Because everybody buys tons of stuff from Amazon, and nobody is getting any of Jeff Bezos's money unless there are referral things, like if you go in through my link or other people like me. And I got news for you. Jeff Bezos has got enough money. I don't feel guilty taking a few cents out of his pocket. I feel less guilty than taking a couple of cents out of your pocket, that's for sure. That's for sure. So thank you so much for that. There are so many of you who do that for me, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Any more questions? I don't think so. I think we're going to get done early today. We haven't gotten done early in a long time. Let me make sure I didn't fail to thank anybody. God. That's the one thing about cell phones. I mean, I like the convenience and everything, but they never leave you alone. They go off all day from every different direction. And we get addicted. Not only that, but we get curious. I remember the old days when we had phone answering machines. You called somebody, got their answering machine, left a message. You didn't worry about them. You figure, well, I'll get home sometime. Push the button, listen to the message. Today, you call somebody, they don't answer right away. You start worrying, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Especially if it's a loved one, your kids, your wife, your husband, whatever. And then you start frantically continue. We don't, and we end up in a situation where we are the target of transactions from morning till night that just hijack our attention and demand we deal with them right then and there. And then when you get in business and you get customers and you spoil them a little by responding quickly, the old saying, today's favor is tomorrow's obligation, then they expect it from you and find fault with you when you don't drop everything you're doing and just pay attention to them. And that's the stress that these things add to us. I keep telling myself, I need to turn the thing off, but I can't. But I can't because I've made obligations to certain customers that I'll be there for them when they need me. Now, if I could get them to pay me accordingly, it'd be a different story. Where was I? I was looking to see make sure I didn't forget anybody. Nope, thank you to those of you who bought me some coffees this morning, and I think I'm going to wrap it up. I have a question here from Ellen. If you have questions, comments, or burning desires to be addressed, Ellen, that was a while ago. Let me get back down to the bottom of the chat, take a look for the last few minutes, and see if I missed anything. I do feel a lot of love in here between all of you guys. I think that's great. I think we all need more of that. I think we need more of that. Spanky says, wrap it up. Yes, sir, Spanky, whatever you say, whatever you say. Okay, little happy music to start this Wednesday, the 22nd of January. Get on with our day. Be productive, be healthy, eat right. So my friends, say goodbye to each other in the chat. Dance a little bit. I see Spanky's dancing, Golf Addict. And how much coffee I got? I still got half a cup here. I will sip on my coffee. And when the music ends, I'll come and say goodbye. And Viking 442 says goodbye. Charger Mopar Rick, keep on quacking with no cigar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have one of them sometime today. Lori's Carnivore Story, Sherry Morgan. That's one song I won't be stealing, she says. You can have it if you want it. You know, anything. Claudia Burkick, thank you, she says. Thank you all, everyone. Have a great day. Pamela Suarez says goodbye. Thomas, Starter Prime Rib, says goodbye. The Sealy boys say goodbye. Danny in Boston, retired. Rick DS111. Jackie W. Golf Addict. Aaron, Booby Goats. Everybody's saying goodbye. And on that note, so will I, my friends. So, 12:15, I have a video dumping today. You should watch it. You should watch it if you want. Not a mandate, but it's interesting. See you tomorrow morning, 8:30 tomorrow morning. And with nothing to do tonight, no live streams or anything, this time today, I'm actually going to join you. I'm going to join you. And I'm going to take the rest of the day off. And guaranteed, I'm going to eat a lot of meat.